How you guys doing? This is Mark. You know me from my series, How to Pay Off Your Car Loan in 36 months Without Giving Up Starbucks or Being Cheap. Or you've been watching my series where I talked about my $25, $75, $125 programs to help you pay off your car loan. Because do you know, like, the average used car loan is about 48 to 60 months, and it's about $354. If you only to pay $40 extra on a $354 loan, you can reduce your 60-month payment down to 56, 55, maybe 54 months, depending on how much you pay each year. And that keeps your value, your car will be relevant, which is won't be fully depreciated. It means if you try to sell a car, technically IRS says a car is zero after 60 months. So if you were to try to get a trade-in on a 60-month car, they technically don't have to give you anything. When you get into an accident at the 60-month of the car, your insurance company may give you $500 or $1,000, but technically they don't have to give you anything because the car is worth nothing. So that's something I want you guys to think about. And in the new cars, $554 a month, you're going to at least have to pay $100 to $200 at least every other month to get that car loan below the 60-month mark. So I have a $25, $75, $125 program for you guys to try out. I also have my Get Out the Stack program, $397, $697, $797. That's for you guys. You know, it's 20 million people out of work. So in order to get a job, you got to be persistent. You got to keep calling. Like today, just for a volunteer job, just to give me some experience for the funding thing, I sent the application in, followed up with the email today. Then when I got a response, followed up with the person again. So 3 times. Hey, thanks for calling me. Thanks for letting me know the update. Now here's my third email. What are you looking for to get me up into the top candidates to be considered for the position? You know, keep getting pieces of information, but also showing your interest and also being a little bit of a pest. Like, hey, I got to give this guy an answer, yes or no. He's not just going to go away. No, it's like the girl I'm dating who used to work out with her mother, but now she got rid of the mom, so I can start dating her. It's crazy. She's cute. She's like, mom's like, used to work out with the mom, but then she's like, took the mom away to work out with the mom. Then all of a sudden the mom's gone. She's like, nope, that's the kind of girl you want. A little bit crazy, a little bit possessive. Those are the kind of girls I attract for some reason. Hey, it's cute. It's great sex. And hey, who wouldn't mind going out with a crazy girl? I love it. That and another one, maybe. For sure I got one, maybe another. But let's digress. So, and then I have my $100 to $1,000 program for commission. So send me a check, P.O. Box 540, San Bernardino, California, 92402. Mark Morris, P.O. Box 540, San Bernardino, California, 92402. Also, I would like you guys to, today I talked a little about, first, my Corona conspiracy. These dumbass Indonologist people, they're just making shit up now. First, it was supposed to be, well, if it gets really hot, things are supposed to get bad. Now they're saying, oh, well, now that things are hot, things are bad. They're just making shit up, man. They're just like, no one even pays attention to them. If I was Trump, fire Fauci Trump. They're just making shit up now. They don't even know. I mean, I might as well be, I probably know more than them. Wear the mask, don't wear the mask. People are sick. Of course, you're going to have more affected people if you test. It's just does it take a PhD messing with stuff at a petri dish to make decisions that these idiots are making? It's embarrassing. That's why I say it's like a Democratic conspiracy, man. This is something they thought they could use to push Biden up, but now it's kind of backfiring them. Because if I was Trump, I would just suspend the elections. I'd just say, hey, fuck it. You know, I'm sick of it. I think it's all BS. I'll just suspend the election until things calm down or we get like net flat rate in 50 states. Put an end to it. Send Biden. He wouldn't run again. He'd go disappear again. He don't want to run no way, man. He'll probably retire and then you'll have the first woman vice president, man. It's all a sham. So. And I just 50-50. I'm telling you, I thought Trump was going to lose. He keeps running his mouth. But then the more I look at things, he's got a 50-50 shot, man. He honestly has a 50-50 shot. If he could just keep quiet August to September to October, just say nothing, he could win in a landslide. Otherwise, it's going to be close. I'm telling you, he can win. I see it. I see the path. I can see I'm keeping the Senate. I see I'm taking the House. Everything is just so up in the air. So you just don't know which way people are blowing. And like it's like you have all this stuff, all of a sudden the Redskin name, and all of a sudden Black Lives Matter. Thank God the Black Lives Matters wasn't around back in the Abraham Lincoln days. If it took him 200 years to finally figure out what to do, well, brother, we'd all still be in slavery and stuff. So that's a sham too. So get me started about that. You only got all this stuff started because of the George Floyd thing, which now the blacks and the cops are now I'm entwined together, because now I got everybody coming up to me, challenging me. I know how it feels to be a cop now, man. People coming up to you, running your mouth. I mean, I think I was at the park one time. Some guy was saying, "You know how to box?" I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I got people rolling up to me in their Mercedes, staring me down. I'm like, because I got my Camry, I look at them. I was like, what is up with these people, man? So I know how you feel, my blue brothers, man. What is it? Blue lives matter, black lives matters. How about blue cops and black brothers? Hey, just leave us alone, man. Go hassle someone else. Just leave me and the cops alone, man. People try to challenge you, they bowl it up, and I just look at it and I'm like, you'd be happy, you'd be lucky. I don't try to hurt you, my man. It's like somebody was buying some alcohol, just stare me down. I look at these people like, oh, someone just whoop that ass. I know how it feels, man. You're just like, come on. Like I was back growing up, got jumped by 7 black guys. It's like I didn't see no Black Lives Matter then. Yeah, just running around now, think they can. And I listening to all these stations. Now is the time to read. We're gonna change now. It's like, oh my fucking God. The only reason you have all of this is because you have 20 to 40 million people out of work. Students aren't in school, so everyone's just out there looking for something to attach to, somebody to blame. So I don't even pay attention to it. But after all that, let's get back to what I'm going to talk to you about today. How have you been paying off your student loan? How large is your student loan? What strategy have you been using to pay off your student loan? Back in 2014, my student loan was about $94,417. I'll find the exact amount, but it was above $94,000. And I had put it on deference for a while. I got a call from the lady. I had just had a couple of beers the hours before, so I was feeling good. Got on the phone. The student loan lady said, "Oh yeah, your loan, Mr. Morris, your loan is in deferment, but you need to make a payment because we see like you're making more money and blah blah." I said, "Oh yeah, let's put it on deferment again." And she said, "No, we need you to take this off the deferment. You need to start making some type of payments." I'm like, oh, she's just kidding, man. If you don't make any type of payments or make any arrangements, we're going to confiscate your income tax return, and also we're going to start garnishing your wages. So I was like, is she really serious, man? So I kept talking, oh, let's just defer. Nope. It's like, oh, okay, she's kind of serious. And then after a while, I started realizing I just lost a couple of duplexes, and I owed Bank of America over $10,000. And I owed probably some other bills. I was in the middle of a probate thing, and that was costing me like $5,000 to $7,000. And I think I probably had that time I had to at least send like $1,300, $1,200 to the lawyer guy to keep the thing going on. So I was hurting for money. So I was looking for that income tax to help me eat, or also pay down my car notes and stuff. So the more I realized she wasn't going to accept no for an answer, the more I realized, I'm going to have to pay this thing off for once. I mean, she's not letting me go. So I was crying after a while. I was like, okay, don't do that. Because God, if she took the income tax, I would be done, man. Because I think I had just tried working a job at a Macy's, and I had sprained something or hurt something, and I got fired from that job. And so it was a mess, man. So she broke me down. Now, cut to 2020, as of this month, it's down to $27,988. Do you think a person who reduced the loan down from $94,417 down to $27,988 is someone you can talk to? Someone you would spend 30, 40, 50, 60, hey, maybe $1,000 on if I could help you reduce the loan by that much within a 6-year period? Think that's something you would think you were worth learning about? I would. Come on, that loan will be paid off. Just think if you have a loan at $50,000 and you pay $1,000, $2,000, and I help you pay off that loan in 2 to 3 years. Think that would be worth the money? No extra interest rate, loan paid off. In addition, it'll show on your credit that that loan has been paid. You think that'd be worth it? I know, like, a lot of people got laid off. There's like 20 million people out of work, and some of you got laid off. You got the $1,200 bonus. I didn't even get that. I made so much money, I didn't get the $1,200 bonus. In addition to being laid off, you got the $600 extra bonus on top. And then some of you, of course, use that to go out and buy all these luxury cars. I see you guys out there rolling. You guys rolling? Rolling. Now what did they do? They cut that $600 out. Now you're back to where I was back in 1995. Making $1,440 a month. That's how much I got making when I got laid off back in 95. I lived in Marlborough apartments at $640 for my rent, $293 for my Nissan SE Pathfinder. I think it was 1991, 4x4. I had to cover insurance, utilities, all that on $1,440. And if they're anything like they are now, like what I was, you know, they're calling you up, like they're double checking. Like before you can get to check the following week, you have to fill out this form that shows what jobs you were looking for and stuff. And I bet you they're even stricter now. And some of you guys have lost that $600. So now's the time. Hey, you got to get that loan paid off, because when they start doing these background checks, they're going to do these background checks. And part of the background checks is they're going to check your credit, man. So you may have a great application, but then they'll look at your credit and say, what's going on here, man? This guy talks well, looks like he has some experience, but look at his credit's all fucked up. Like, what's going on? He says one thing, but he does another. Then you put the red flags, and they say, hey, let's move this person back to the back of the line. Or, hey, let's not hire this guy at all. He's just too suspicious or something. So then you lose your position. That means you have to keep looking for a job more, and maybe you, instead of getting like a job where you could get a promotion, you end up working $15 an hour at Amazon, have to lift a minimum, getting an Amazon warehouse job where you have to lift the minimum 49 or 50 pounds. Where you could have got a job where, hey, I could work sales, I could be like a supervisor, or I could just be like a person who handles logistics on the business side or something. But hey, because your credit was messed up because of your student loan, they're gonna look at that student loan. As that student loan is in deferment, you know, if it messes up your credit enough, they'll say, hey, we can't trust this guy. And you know the banks are going to tighten their lending standards with all these people out of work, forbearances at an all-time high, people trying not to pay their rents on their houses, which if they were smart, they would just get rid of the house. Especially now, man. Get rid of the current house you're with, take the loss, sell it, go back and buy it. You can turn around and go back and buy a cheaper house, more land and everything. But people won't do that. They're like being these ghetto neighborhoods I drive through. I call on the phone, oh, I'm saving my house for my baby. I'm going to start calling, you know what? Any house I see with more than 3 cars, I'm going to call it a COVID factory. Come on. I was like past the house this morning. It was like 7 cars parked in front. And it can't be more than 2 bathrooms in the house. So you wonder why COVID is exploding? It's not because people got it. It's because a bunch of people are packed in like animals into a house. And on top of it, they got the dog pissing all over the place and stuff. And you got all these people in the house, and you wonder why people are sick. That's, instead of telling people to stay home, you tell people, go get you some money and get your own place. Stop being so cheap, man. That's nasty. That's what Governor Newsom, why don't you go legislate that? Go down to the ghettos or any area. Just, it could be a rich area. I saw a nice place in Highland. Nice house, 6 cars in front. COVID factory. You got COVID factories in Ventura. You got COVID factories in the hood. These are just nasty COVID factories, man. That's why you want to have a little extra money. Maybe you want to move away from a COVID factory. Maybe you're tired of living next to the house with 6 to 7 people, but you can't do it if you have bad credit. I know you're looking at all these laws with the senators. They just like, we don't want people on the street. The more laws they pass, the more people end up on the street. Because no one cares. They don't care about you. You're just a vote. And if your vote doesn't give them any type of long-term benefit, then you end up on, I'll see you on the side of the freeway saying rent control while you go home. And where do you sleep? Are you sleeping behind the bushes? You drive down this one street where I have all these factories, Prologis and all this stuff. Is a big Amazon house. These people live behind damn bushes. That's what happens when the government gets involved with housing and stuff. That's why you need to have that student loan paid off, because that student loan can impact your credit. Don't let people ever fool you saying they don't look at your credit, especially in this economy. Come on, especially if they find out you've been unemployed and then, well, that's what you've been doing for the past 6 months. You got this bonus and this bonus. Have you gone to school? Have you improved your education? Like, what have you been doing? That's why paying off your student loan. 3 reasons to pay off your student loan. 1, impacts your credit. 2, it can impact where you live. 3, it can impact how a person looks at your background, and they determine if you're like a credit, can they give you credit, or are you trustworthy? Here's a bonus one: you want to have that student loan paid off, because it builds up confidence in you. If you can start reducing that student loan, that means you're out there making money, which that means you're out there making the moves. That'll build up your confidence. Just think how I felt before I paid off that student loan. $94,417. Thinking I was getting away with forbearance and stuff, not paying it off. Look at me. Then she called me up and caught me. I was crying because, you know what? I knew I should have been paying on the loan all along, but I thought I was getting away with something. But then she says, hey, your credit's messed up, because I tried to refinance my house and it found out I hadn't been paying on my loan, student loan, so that messed it up. And even when you do a background check, they're going to check like, hey, what's this doing? Hey, he has this obligation. Well, they were in good faith. They gave you this obligation, and you haven't made any type of attempt to make good on it. So how can they trust you to do the simple job of looking out for your job, going to the extra level? And then it just messes up your credit, man. You're thinking, oh, credit doesn't matter. Credit doesn't matter. Credit, trust me, man. Credit matters. You want to find out where credit doesn't matter? Take a drive through 385 East 116th Place and look at those apartments where they're getting getting like Section 8. That's what happens when you don't care about your credit. Or drive around some of these streets where you see people living in these dumpy houses with 6 or 7 cars in front. That's when someone just says, hey, just let them in there. Let the COVID rats in, and we just gonna collect their money until they fuck up the place, or we can sell it or get rid of them. Then we'll just raise the place and put an apartment in the place. That's why you need to be thinking about paying off that student loan. That student loan, if you pay it off, it means, hey, you've invested in yourself to get some type of training. Now you're out there, got to make good on it. So I have a program I'm going to be starting at $50. It goes from $50 to $10,000. That's my mastermind student loan course. For some of you guys who have student loans like above 100, 200, we can sit down. I'll show you my strategy I use for the $94,417. Now you can take that strategies for these loans that are like 100, 200. See, and it's just double up on what I did. Everything I got to do has got to be double. Goal is like, for me, I had to pay $1,000 a month to reduce my loan. That was what I did first. Now, because of all this COVID stuff, the interest has been cut to 0% until September. So when I was paying like $1,200, $1,300 to reduce my loan by $1,000, the past couple of months I've been able to reduce it $1,000 a month and save myself a little money, which I can take and reinvest to getting that loan paid off. Now we're down to $27,988, and then next month we'll be down to $27,588. And let's see at the end of the year how we can get you. Let's get it down to below 25, 24. It could be paid off if I get the right sales job. But how about you, man? Do you want to pay off your student loan, or do you just want to keep it forever? I'm 51. I want this thing gone, man. I want it gone. I don't need to see it no more, man. It's not helping me. Need to get rid of those loans, because what it also means you got confidence. You like change your mindset, and people like that, man. The bigger the loan, more confidence you have as you pay it off. People say, hey, that guy's responsible. Hey, that guy's making the moves. That's the kind of person I want in my business. You don't want to be looking for a job with the student loan on there and you haven't paid it. Instead, you paid on a car. That's not going to look good, man. So, $25, $75, $125 program. Just think, how are you at paying off your student loan? How much is your student loan? What are you doing to pay off your student loan? Take a look at that and let me know. And then I'll join my channel. I know some of you guys will say, I don't trust you. I don't want to give him any money. Yeah, I know. Trust me. So what you should do, I know I had people who lived in my duplexes. You know, the brother, he's rich. So I'm going to call and cuss him out when I don't get my security deposit, though I fuck up the place. I know there's some of you guys out there. Join my channel, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, comment, like. 20 million people out of work. I should have at least 2 million followers, man. You guys should just join my channel just because I'm sitting at home on my ass watching this one episode of Jerry Springer for the 5th time. Martin, help me, man, help me. So today, it's just about student loan. But what about you? Today it could be about a student loan, but tomorrow it could be like the difference between working at Amazon, lifting 49 pounds, or making $20 an hour working at a job where you get paid for helping others succeed or providing a good service. It's up to you. Or that credit score can decide whether you're going to live in the hood or you're going to live in like an area where you don't have to worry about getting cracked up the side the head like a baby stew.